Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing, but in my friend's case. And this is a phrase that comes up in what I do day to day. I won't say it's rare. It probably happens once a month, maybe a little more than that, where people say, well, in my friend's case, it worked this way. And we see this in U.S. immigration matters, we see it in Thai immigration matters, we see it in matters pertaining to corporate law here in Thailand, see it pertaining to matters involving like matrimony, getting married in Thailand, things involving even property, prenups, leases, all of this stuff. People will tell me, well, in my friend's case, they did X, Y, Z. Well, you're not your friend, and this isn't his case. I'm not trying to be curt with that statement, but long story short is the practice of law is not unlike the practice of medicine, for example. So somebody says they got cancer. Well, my friend had stomach cancer and you did this treatment. I have colon cancer. Why am I not doing it like my friend? Well, it's different things. And I don't know anything about medicine. That's just a basic comparison. For example, U.S. immigration matters, practicing U.S. immigration law. Yeah, your friend may have done the same kind of visa. For example, that person may have tried to get a K-1 visa 3 years ago and it did work a certain way. That's not how it works now. The situation is fundamentally changed. The facts pertaining to how the case processes has generally changed, and the facts of your case are going to differ from that of someone else's. All these cases are unique. Yes, there are certain common threads, and I always tell people, I urge them, look at other cases maybe as guidelines, but to think that things are going to work exactly the same way from one case to the next, that is a very unwise assumption to make. Moreover, especially during 2020 and 2021 thus far, the COVID response, all the circumstances surrounding all of that, and the government having to deal with that response, it's thrown everything into a cocked hat, for lack of a better term, and we're just having to deal with that. We have to respond to it as best we can. So cases that once processed in a certain period of time, it's not processing in the same period of time. Things that used to work one way, we see this a lot in Thai immigration. We used to do things a certain way, and they're completely different right now. Now, that may snap back when the emergency decree is rescinded and this stops, we stop dealing with this in the same way, but until that happens, it remains to be seen. So the thing to understand, the thing to take away from this video, this isn't a video that's trying to be difficult or, as I said, curt or short with anybody. That's not the point. The point is, it's about expectations and understanding that different cases process differently, and the circumstances and the timing of different cases have a tremendous impact on how they process. So trying to look at one case and sort of extrapolate the information and sort of graft it onto what's happening now, it's not going to work very well, and in fact, it can cause problems because you may try to do things that are no longer the correct way of doing things.